How's it? My name's Kilo. Welcome to the Chaos Effect Mind, and welcome back. I've been realizing in some of my previous readings that recently that I've been giving you all half of me, and I am deeply apologetic for that. As it's not fair for me to show up for you energetically halfway. I would like to be here all the way because this is something I really care about. This is something I'm passionate about, and something I want to be doing. So I'm grateful you're here with me. I have an affirmation reading. I did end up pulling some oracle cards as well. So yeah, and I wrote some stuff down that I wanted to share. So we'll go ahead and pop on into this thing. Pray y'all are well. It's Sunday where I'm at, so I hope you all have a strong start to your week wherever you are. Alright, the first card out was forgiveness. It says, I will grant myself the same forgiveness and understanding that I extend to my loved ones. Painful thoughts that hold guilt are simply memories and acknowledgement of growth. I am not the same person that I once was, and knowing this is glorious. There's another card here that had a similar energy of not being who you once were, mourning that lost self, whether it be your ego, your identity, your career, heartbreak, whatever the case may be. And know that it's okay to move through those things and feel whatever emotions you have towards them because they're valid and they matter. The next I have is productivity. It says, my worth is not based on my productivity, and it never has been. I do not need to take actions to prove that I belong. All babies are worthy, and they cannot, in truth, care for themselves. We all came into this world worthy without production. All right. This card came up the other day in one of my other readings that I did, and it still holds true. And I know I'm yelling at myself when I say this too. You do not need to be productive to earn rest, to feel valuable, to feel valued, to feel loved, to feel that you've earned a day just to be, because we move real fast in this world. So productivity does not equal value or worthiness. Okay, so just remember that. All right, because your finances will become more abundant the less you stop focusing on them, which sounds counterintuitive, but I promise you it's not. Or not even focusing on them, it's worrying about not having enough or being in the lack mindset, right? Right, so finances is that I can spend or save my money how I see fit. I've worked hard to own what I have, and it is my choice and my choice alone how to use it. No one can take this freedom away from me. All right, so that's important. You can spend your money however you see fit, regardless of if anyone has anything to say about it, because you worked hard for it, you deserve it. All right, and Boundless Joy was at the bottom of this deck, and that was another card we got the other day too. It says, happiness is a wonderful state, but unpleasant emotions are a beautiful, scenic path to greater joy soon to come. These ebbs and flows allow me to appreciate the good times. I will remember my joy is abundant and never ending. And I just think about, I did see some kids flying kites the other day too, so that reminds me of that a little bit. And then I think about this hand reaching for the orange when I think of this Boundless Joy card, especially being abundant. This is what pops in my head when I think about it. All right, so abundant times are coming. This is the card that clarified the forgiveness card. It says, my health and well-being are natural forever. All right, so your natural state of being is being healthy, is being centered, is being happy, is being joyous, is being abundant. All right, it says you can appropriately depart your body without illness or pain. Depart your body without illness or pain. You need not attract illness or pain as an excuse to leave your body. You are free to choose otherwise. All right, I want to say there's like obviously thought and illness are believed to be connected in the spiritual community, and I believe that as well, right? So like thought and illness and things of these natures, I feel like we can transcend them with our thoughts alone. I know obviously there are some tougher diseases out there to beat, but it has been proven that given the right environment and the right mindset that you can be healed. So just keep that in mind. All right, and this is, it says, I want to feel good is what clarified the productivity card. So maybe productivity does make you feel good. Maybe resting makes you feel good. I mean, you've earned it regardless, especially if you've worked all week and earned money all week. You know what I mean? Like, You deserve to rest. You deserve to be productive if you want. You deserve to spend your money however you feel like it. It says today, no matter where I am going, no matter what I am doing, no matter who I am doing it with, it is my dominant intention to see that which I am wanting to see. All right. So right, like with your productivity or your perspective on anything, if you don't like the way something looks, change your perspective a little bit, right? I almost said perspective. Change your perspective a little bit, okay? Because, you know, it just depends on how we look at things and how we're looking at things, right? Can't really see too much from the same point of view all the time. So if we don't switch our perspective in some way, just in one tiny way, just to make our thoughts follow our thoughts follow that more positive feeling thought. Holy shit, I can't talk. But 551 when I said that. But yeah, it says what clarified the finances card is desire is the beginning of all creation. I think it's cool how they're like dancing in a field over here and things are blooming. So neat. It reminds me of spring, and spring is relevant. I wrote that down in this book as well. So this says, in allowing your desire to come to you, you not only gain the satisfaction of having received it, you also gain a whole new perspective from which to desire more. Right. So again, your perspective on things really matters, especially when it comes to matters of finances and getting rest and forgiving yourself for not doing the thing and resting instead, and feeling like a whatever for not being as productive as you could have been for the short few days that you get off. You know what I mean? Like, dude, it's okay. Take a breath. Forgive yourself. Breathe. All right, and I thought it was interesting that on the top and bottom of this deck, the top was, by visualizing my desired outcome, the perfect action is always inspired. And then this says, whatever abundance I seek is mine. It is law. And this person's like sleeping in the sun. Okay, they're not worried about nothing. They know the sun's going to come out. They know that the sun's got their back. They know that the tomorrow has their back, right? The tomorrow's got your back. But how can we plan for now and take smaller steps in the future, in the now, to have a better future, is my question. And what mindsets can we change or move around to make it so our manifestations come in a little bit faster? Not even faster, but just with more abundant and rapid movement. All right. So this card, reincarnation, clarified. It's really hard to see. I promise it says reincarnation. And then it says the forest floor. All right. So sometimes we got to start at the very bottom in order to grow upwards, right? And sometimes that means going to the forest floor. And number 20 is on that card, so 20 is definitely significant. I wrote down some other numbers: 212, 221, 222, 16, 7, 2. All right. Lotuses are significant. Bamboo, embers. Death is life, identity, death, mourning the old you, all that. And so the high priestess clarified this spread as well. And the number 16 is at the top. And you see that lady sitting up there looking all badass and such on her throne with her parrot above her. Yeah, parrot. All right. So that's dope. And then, so the Four of Lotuses. Oh my gosh, this light is Garbaggio. 1 second. All right, the Four of Lotuses came out as well. It's hard to see these cards. Anyway, Four of Lotuses, and then the Romantic came out. And then on the bottom of that deck was the Wanderer, which is a part of the Embers suit, I guess you could call it. And I did think it was interesting that the bottom of this deck was Memories 21. So maybe you're going back, again, mourning the old you, mourning who you used to be, and things of that nature. And this says Bamboo, and it's card number 2 with the full moon, and it says bend but do not break. All right, so again, we can bend, we can fold, we can do whatever, but as long as we don't break and we don't allow trivial things to break us or our negative perspective to break us, there's always a brighter day tomorrow, especially when you get to wake up the next day. All right, so mourn the old you, mourn who you used to be. That's completely okay. That's completely fine to lament about the things that used to be. That's how we move through things, by feeling them, by feeling the way. And so I had put the books, the guidebooks over here away, and then I found this card on top of them, and it's 22 at the bottom. There's a contract with the girl. She's looking in the mirror. Okay, so it's like she's making a contract with her inner self, or her inner child, or whatever. Has the contract. Again, no genders, take it as it resonates. All right, has the contract. Looks like she's doing some kind of ritual, and then it's a shadow. Okay, so again, memories and shadow, and it says things fall apart, right? So things fall apart only to get better, all right? Things fall down, sometimes they come back up, but you know, it just, again, perspective, switch that shit, all right? And this card says, be the change you wish to see up in this bitch. And it says, hey, you, the one who sees what's wrong in the world and knows that the difference between being an activist and being a whining ass complainer is action. You want that world to be more kind the fuck out of the people in your life. Hate litter bugs, pick up some trash. Can't stand judgmental blowhards, quit judging them for being so judgmental. It's really kind of that simple. Alright? So again, this goes with anything in life. Like if you see something, you don't like it, there's something that you can do in your control to change it. Maybe not in that exact scenario or that situation, but like with the littering thing too. Like if you really don't like people littering, like I said in my last video, you know, you can go out there and pick up the trash that you see. It's annoying, yeah, because people treat Earth like a dumpster, but pick up the rubbish if you want it picked up. You know what I mean? Especially by water, please. It says holding on to resentment is like taking a shit on your own heart. And it says, yeah, it's that gross and pointless. Let that shit go. Look up a loving kindness meditation on the internet and do it. Focusing on love is like taking a baby wipe to your heart. Right? So there needs to be some forgiveness, whether or not that means forgiving yourself, forgiving someone in your life, so there can be forward movement in lots of things in your life, whether that be friendships, jobs, finances, romance. You see, like, what was I write down about that card? So, oh yeah, disconnectedness, right? And so being disconnected, like, go outside. Like I said, spring is relevant. Spring is here on this half of the world, so please go outside, get some sunshine, free spirit, wanderer, new ideas, inspiration, intuition, and what part of you needs to die at this time, and then rise from the ashes like the phoenix. It's time to be still and think about these things. And things are not always what they seem. Just remember that. Mystery, dreams, understanding. Okay, so understanding your intuition, understanding your dreams. I've been called to write a dream journal because my dreams have been so fucking weird recently. And I wrote it down, so I felt called to tell you guys about this, but I had dreams that all my fingers were cut off and like the blood was coming out of my fingers. I don't know what it means, but yeah. And I was like looking at my hands crying. But yeah, I don't know what it means. Anyway, pray y'all have a great week. I will be back on here again very shortly, and thanks for tuning in. Peace.